What's up, everybody? This is Robert from Scattermind Central. You're about to listen to I Can't Believe We're Friends, Episode 6. In it, we discuss a bunch of random shit at the beginning, and then we get into a few of our supernatural experiences. If you like what you hear, follow us on Twitter at ICBWF, and I hope everybody has a great day.
What we need to do is figure out, because starting with the UK and going up, UK and a few other countries have an average IQ of 100.
Who's the highest?
Hong Kong with an average IQ of 108.
I figured it's somewhere.
So we
That's
need to
the
do
average IQ?
average IQ of Hong Kong, and that's the highest. They're
That's
number one.
fuck.
That means
They're tied with first with Singapore.
That means their fucking janitors have higher IQs than most Americans.
That's
Yeah.
like
It's fucked up.
trashmen.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
They just have
so
to
there
do the
needs
shitty jobs.
are
Have better
smarter
IQs most
than the
Americans.
people that
Instead
are
of
running
doing-
industry in our country.
instead of doing research on dick pills and shit like
hey,
that.
Hey, that dick pill was meant to be a heart pill. It just had an awesome side effect.
No, but I'm saying we need to do research in other categories of why the fuck America has, or the United States has an average IQ of 98.
We're all gonna have big ass dicks and fucking big ass titties and asses and not remember what to do
shit-
with them.
What were we watching yesterday about with Michio Kaku talking about it? The
put it in a
education
hole.
system in the U.S. kills creativity, kills
Absolutely.
everybody wanting to learn.
This is
Because you
true.
have to recite facts instead of actually
Useless
learning
facts.
So
You know what
fucking
I mean?
thinking.
I just think our whole educational system needs to be restructured in order for us to, I don't know, be smart. I mean,
What? Why do we want that?
I don't know. I think if we all had an average IQ of 108, religion would go away.
shit. Jimmy probably wouldn't be
I
right.
wish. I fucking wish.
I-
But even Asia still has Buddhists.
Yeah, but that's not a religion necessarily. That's
Nah,
just a
it's
state of
way
being.
life, but-
Yeah,
Still.
it's and that and,
And I,
how
I
many
respect Buddhists a lot
wait,
more than I respect fucking Christians.
how many Buddhists come knocking at your door? We'd like to tell you about Buddha. No, none of them. How many commercials about mega churches for Buddhists do you see? None. How many?
That's
How many?
because
That's because all the
it goes
temples
against
that are
the.
in Asia.
That's my point.
They've also set themselves on fire to fucking make an example.
Welcome to the education podcast.
What up, bitches?
Oh yeah. Sorry, let's
I
dumb
like
it.
the way that started though, man. That was a good one.
Let's dumb it
It
out.
started
That's
with
true.
you two gutturally laughing, by the way.
Well, Americans are fucking dumb. That's the way.
Well, let's
lie
let's
about it.
let's go back to our average IQ. Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
No, that's not okay because that's why everybody thinks we're fucking hicks in Texas.
That's what I was.
I
That
know.
was the joke.
We're not
You're
shit
right.
kickers.
Uh,
I'm the only
Jimmy's
one.
kind of a shit kicker.
Well,
I can't.
I'm not.
because he plays with his own shit.
Got attacked by a fly.
It flew
I
in my fucking
make-
ear a second ago.
I
It
make
freaked me
art
out.
with my poop.
With your pubes.
Poo.
Poo and pubes.
Wait, which is worse?
Both.
It's both.
Yes.
You
Both
make
bad.
like clown heads with like.
Can we stop? That's nasty. Oh my
Curly
god.
hair.
Pube froze.
Right?
We're doing this.
Well, see, that makes me think of the episode of South Park with Scott Tenorman. Arguably the most fucked up episode,
Yes.
but whatever. Who would? Okay, I'm asking you this, Ben. Who would be Cartman out of the two of them? See?
Wait a minute.
My natural
Hold
reaction is
on.
to point at Jimmy, but then you start thinking about it like Gabriel's more of a dick.
I'm a dick, but at least I'm a smart dick.
Are you calling him a stupid dick?
Yes.
Cartman is smart. He may be dumb,
Cartman
but
is not
he's
smart.
he's
Cartman
cunning.
is a
Dude,
piece of
he's almost
shit.
taken over the country like three
He's a piece of
times.
shit. I don't want to be Butters because that motherfucker's the man, dude.
But Butters is cool. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's
I
just
don't
my
wanna be-
face.
I don't want to be Carmen in that
I'd be
situation.
Professor Chaos, goddammit.
Now I want to play the South Park game.
Okay, he'd be Professor Chaos, and then Jimmy would be General Disarray.
Yes.
Simpsons did it, because that would be you, asshole. It's like, no, you can't do that. Simpsons did it. What?
Yep.
I don't even know where we're going with this
I
conversation.
have no
now.
idea. I don't know why that popped into my head.
I don't know.
Sorry.
America.
I like when we talk about random bullshit, though. It's fun.
America.
Fuck
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm so glad you got me to watch that finally.
You're welcome.
That,
I fucking hate
He would-
puppets.
dude,
he
that
would
puppet
not-
porn is fucked up.
He would not watch it. He was like, "Fuck that movie. That's stupid."
Have you
And
ever
it
watched-
is.
No, I'm about to
And
say.
it is
Have you
stupid.
ever watched Team America? on weed.
Renting go,
I saw
renting
something.
go.
I can't remember what it was. It was some documentary or some. For some reason, somebody was talking about Team America, and they were saying that the puppet sex scene was supposed to be so much more graphic.
Oh, yeah.
Like
And
she
it
was
was
supposed
already
to shit on him and like all this other crazy shit, but they had to take it out. We're like, oh gee, I wonder why they had to take it out. What the
I want
fuck?
to watch the director's cut of this now.
No shit. It was like that part grossed me out, but it was like
I bet the European version has the full sex scene now.
Right?
Most likely.
Full bush.
Ew.
Except they're calling us idiots the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's not like bush. It's like fucking pencil shavings or some shit.
Right.
Yeah, a woman I used to work with when I worked at a bank.
She was full bush.
No. Because of that
Runway.
movie and because of those episodes of South Park, me and her used to call each other Durka Durka from Durkistan. She'd be like, "Hey, Durka Durka." I was like, "Hey, Durka Durka." Yeah, her name was Melanie, but it was spelled with an O, M-E-L. It's spelled like Maloney.
Yeah.
She was awesome.
Hey, shut up. Go in the room.
Were you like, my friend has the first name, it's M-O?
No, I should have. Yeah, but we used to call each other Durka Durka.
Is she
because
still
of-
alive?
As far as I know. I don't know. Last I heard, yeah.
Tell her to listen to this shit and send us a little shout out to
I
your,
don't
to
have
your
no.
Maloney friend.
I have no contact with her.
Isn't that crazy? How that
Shame.
Yeah, I know. That is crazy.
You know people that are such a big part of your life, and then you just kind of drift apart.
It's
You know,
happened.
fucking talk- it's happened
Luckily,
several times.
luckily with some people, it's come full circle and they're back in my life now, which excites me. Not in a sexual way.
That's what happened to us.
Yeah, but you and Jimmy always kind of talked,
I
like
didn't
off
talk
and
to that
on.
motherfucker for years, dude. He'd come by to check on me to see if I was still alive. That
Hey,
was
that's a
most.
friend.
He starts poking you with the stick.
Hey,
And then
you guys,
Oh, okay, he's cool.
you
I
guys
kind of
want
went
to see a
off on
dead
him
body?
one time, and it didn't come around for a while. I'm sure he tried to get a hold of me a couple of times because he went to mom's house, but I was fucked up doing my own thing, man. Those are a hell of a drug.
I'm like herpes. I go away for a while, then I just
You
kinda
flare up out of
flare up.
nowhere.
Yeah, that's just how I am. Just like, I finally got rid
No,
of.
actually,
Oh, that son of a bitch is back.
we ran into each other by accident because I was with Carter and we were coming out of Best Buy, and he said that he seen a big guy walking out with a rag in his back pocket, and he was like, "That's fucking Gabriel," and he pulled up, and I was like, "What's up, nigga?" And fucking since then, that's what we ended up
Yeah.
hooking back up.
Who's known who the longest? Because I know I've known you longer than Gabriel
Yes.
has. Has Mandy known you longer than I have?
Kind of.
Indirectly.
Indirectly, yes.
That's back when he'd give her like creepy rape face from
He
across
gives
the,
everybody creepy rape
across
face.
the hall. He's like, man,
He's always had
start
creepy
doing
red
that.
face.
hey
I
man,
was friends with this young girl.
Actually, no.
You hear
I know you
that,
longer than Mandy. Mandy was a little bit later.
because she hung out with Kevin.
Yeah.
She-
I knew she
K-Dog.
knew Kevin.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, hey.
Well, I knew
That was it.
Kevin from the time that I started 7th grade, but I didn't start really hanging out over there until he started dating my sister. And then that's whenever I really met him.
Everybody
was
dated
that?
your sister.
I don't know.
Some people didn't date her.
No, I never went near her.
The time me and Mandy actually talked was I dated a girl, this one girl, and she wasn't home, and I went to
Next door is the next,
next door,
Okay.
and then I ended up, Mandy came out, and I talked to her for a little bit. Then that's how I kind of actually really talked to Mandy.
Yeah.
I don't remember our conversation or anything. And you're like,
I know her parents hated you.
oh yeah.
Because wasn't she Mexican and he was not?
Well, no, it wasn't even that. It's that she was young and they sent her to a Catholic school because they didn't want her to ever date.
And then she
You're
started,
sending him to the wrong place. Wrong.
It was a weird
place.
thing because she dated my brother, then after she dated my brother, she dated me.
Don't date underage, and don't use condoms. It's like that's the way Catholics think.
Have babies with babies. What? No, that's why you have boys.
So what's the topic, fucker?
A topic's off topic, apparently. You know.
The way most topics start with us.
Welcome to Why Are We Friends podcast.
20 minutes in.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say 20 minutes into it and shit. Oh yeah, you guys are around.
Okay, so let's figure out how long we've known each other. What, we met in 97?
97, 96. I think beginning.
No, it was 96. It was 96.
96.
It was right before Christmas break in 7th grade.
Yeah.
God.
So
My brother
I've known
was
you
born
for
then.
22 years. I met you
Sophomore year.
sophomore year, so that was what?
Fuck, I don't know.
2000?
Because we were supposed to graduate in 02.
Yeah, so that would that'd be 2000, right?
2000, yeah. 2000.
So I've known
99,
you for
somewhere around
fucking
there. Like
18 years.
Yeah, going on.
Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ.
Yeah, I met Gabriel around the same time you met him.
You met
That
me
year.
like not even a month after.
Yeah, I was about to say, it wasn't even
And
a
then
month.
I was late one in the game. I met him in
You met me
2000.
She knew you first?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2000.
He was hanging out with
She was
her
2000
ex
such a
and all
fucking
of them.
bitch.
I still am a fucking bitch.
Just ask Mandy, she'll tell you that Nisha's a bitch.
Yeah, right?
She's my favorite bitch.
Yay! I'm everyone's favorite bitch.
You're not my favorite
But
bitch.
Well,
when
no,
me,
you don't
me
count.
and Nisha first met, we did not click at
No,
all.
we didn't.
We
That's because you're an asshole and she's a bitch. Like,
we either talked shit to each other and just kind of parted ways, or kind
Yeah.
of dealt with each other because
We were sitting at the same table. We
yeah.
used to go to the hookah bar together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that was-
we're
they were
not.
trendy hipster fucks.
We
No,
would
that
not
was
look
the-
at each other or talk to each other. We were talking to other people at the table, but we would not talk to each other. Anything I said, hey, she said some smart ass remark. I'm like, all right, bitch.
Oh, wait. Nisha's a smartass. Big fucking surprise.
Yeah, so that was what, 2004?
2004, something
2004, 2005?
Nisha liked me initially when we first met, and then we gradually started disliking each other.
No, you've always hated me at school. I've always hated you.
Well, I liked you at first because you were one of the few people that would smoke with me. It's like, that's it. I talked.
I don't even know what was-
And then he had a
Our
panic
heart with
attack.
each other.
I have no idea. I was.
Yeah, son, because this ain't that bullshit weed. Nigga. I'm telling you right
This that, hey, that Mexican dirt where you get down to
that
here.
good,
smells
good.
like-
now. Fuck up, my nigga. I got some sticky icky.
Then we finally got to know each other. Okay.
And then we still fucking hate each other. No, I'm kidding.
I don't hate you.
I don't hate you either. You're just
He
creepy.
takes creepy pictures of people drunk one night.
through a door.
Door.
Did I do that?
Yes, you
To
did.
me.
I think it was innocuous because you were just like taking pictures of everybody because you get nostalgic whenever you're drunk.
Probably.
So you were just like trying to document it, but it looked really creepy because you were standing at the door like
Shit in
this
the face.
I don't know.
with that drunk fucking
That,
rape face.
there's a reason I don't drink that.
Smile.
Yeah, I text Mandy. I was like, oh my god, he just took a picture of me. What do I do? Oh my god, I want to go home.
I see what you said.
No, but like initially, I honestly don't know. I was just very unhappy. In my early,
She was a very
She was in a
unhappy
real
person.
bitchy part of her life.
my early from
bad mood until it lasted.
I
for
could
a couple
imagine
years,
you.
and she realized that she's
I can imagine you in high school like being a complete.
no, it wasn't until after because I met him after I graduated high school. But then again, I've always been a like no shit kind of person.
Well, do you remember whenever we were all meeting everybody in the circle or whatever,
'cause-
everybody said Niche was a bitch.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's just
kinda
like,
am.
well, I mean, you didn't say that, but like
I-
whenever.
I'm
I can't
always the
remember,
type of
it was
person like, find out for yourself.
Yeah.
You'll see, nigga. You'll see.
just you wait. No, but I honestly don't know what the initial problem was.
I don't know.
Nothing comes to mind.
Because
It's
I
not
think
like-
the first time we met, I was at Byron's house and you came over. I think the first time we actually met.
I was just probably being an
You knew
asshole.
Byron before you knew him?
Yeah, because my ex-husband's his cousin.
Oh,
He's
no shit.
Byron's cousin on the other side.
And-
I didn't
Jimmy's
know that.
on
No
this-
And
shit.
I went to high school with Heather.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
his wife.
that's
Well,
crazy.
So, yeah.
long time living girlfriend. I don't know.
There. That's his wife.
It's his wife, yeah.
Texas, your common law, man. It's fucking.
Yeah. No, but we're family now.
Sucks, doesn't it?
She can't get away from it.
Nope.
I'm
If
the
you want to
hurt.
hang out with this one, you have to hang out with that one. It's like
You
eating
ain't
your own
got
party.
to do
It's
shit.
like a fucking
You
package
can't
deal.
say this one and that one and point whenever y'all are recording.
But he was looking Jimmy in the eyes lovingly, so Jimmy knew what he was talking about.
That's all that matters. No one else.
It's like hanging out with you. I have to hang out with your wife if I want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. Y'all are a package deal. Mandy's a bitch, but, you know, I love her.
But, I love her.
I don't care what you think about her, but she's my bitch. It's like I'm her asshole.
So everybody's stuck with me.
Like herpes, like Jimmy was saying earlier.
Except he's the only one that's herpes.
She actually told me that. I was like, man, you grow on people. It's just like a fungus.
So you're like
Or like
tuberculosis,
Like
tuberculosis or some shit. What the fuck?
She said, I'm like AIDS. I kill
Kill
you
you
slowly.
slowly.
And that's why I'm glad she lives in your house.
See, but there's medicine for AIDS now,
There is.
so you can live with AIDS.
Yeah, it's called
Yeah,
alcohol.
you can die slower.
Yeah. Magic Johnson.
No, I'm about to say Magic Johnson looks fine. He doesn't
She
look
has
like
20
anything's
grand to
bothering
bring down
him.
and drink every morning.
Shut up.
Well, speaking of death, you wanted to talk about supernatural shit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect segue.
So,
Great. I
do
totally
remember.
forgot you wanted to
That,
talk
that
about
was
that.
a hard left, just bam.
it's been wanting to.
Yeah. I was talking about
AIDS
because
goes.
we started talking. Yeah, we got a whole.
So
different
just to
tangent.
let you know, Jimmy has AIDS. So
This is how he tells everybody.
He's like, by the way.
Got butt fucked by an
You
AIDS
might,
ghost.
you might want to get tested.
Boo!
So this is his way of telling Gabriel that he should get tested.
Gay ghosts.
Which
are
by
like,
proxy, that means you need,
You need
to get tested.
I'm drinking out of both y'all's glasses.
That has nothing to do. Do you know
I
how
don't
people
keep
get
open
AIDS?
the-
sores in my face.
I've worked in the medical field. I know how AIDS is spread.
So
They're sitting on toilets that fucking queers sit on. That's how you get AIDS.
But it has to be at a musical in order for it to work.
See,
Just like you.
see, I was trying to talk
She
about
got
supernatural
going
stuff,
from the
but
toilet seat.
we
That's
totally
all.
blew this out of proportion.
I
don't-
tried.
I
I
don't
tried.
think that's for the show. We kind
Absolutely not. Fuck that. Yeah. All right. So hauntings. You want to talk about like hauntings in Texas, real hauntings, or shit that you've actually been through?
we can talk about different things.
He brought up that fucking night that we stayed up until
I
like
was telling you
fucking
about-
6 in the morning.
Where we
And
saw
he was
the-
like, I could never tell if y'all were being serious or if y'all were actually
No,
fucking
we
with me."
absolutely saw footprints.
See, that's
walking
what I
in.
was
No,
telling him. I was like,
the reason I remember, the reason I want to talk about this is because September. I love Halloween.
Everybody loves Halloween.
So and I like to think about I start reading more about haunted
Mythologies
houses
and shit like
mythology
that.
and all
I'm
that kind of
Mexican,
stuff.
brother. We're all about ghosts and spirits.
I know.
Side note, I can't wait to start decorating for Halloween. By the way. Okay, sorry.
But that night,
Jack-o'-lanterns, bitch.
there have been several different things that happened to me that was paranormal. But the thing that kind of stuck with me with that night, particularly, and the reason I want to talk about because it was all three of us had the experience.
we were all there.
We're all there, and this is not the last time we had experience either.
This was the first, but not the last.
It wasn't actually the
It
first.
It was definitely not my first.
It wasn't our first. It wasn't our last.
It was our
But
first
it-
together.
Yeah.
But it was something
But
we
the-
remembered. I know.
The house that we used to live at, well, me and mom, mom's house, man. The house next door to us was absolutely fucking haunted. Like that place was fucked up. Even K-Dog seen shit there. That's when he came fucking crying to me, like shaking and shit.
Dude,
that little motherfucker was
when I
terrifying.
parked in front of that house, I could not look at. Every once in a while, if I looked at it, I'll see somebody standing in the back.
Boone's house.
What house
His
was
house
it?
is
I've heard the
Boone's house.
It's
story.
the house next door to my mom's
To the
house.
old
Okay,
house that we
because
were
I've heard
talking
the story. I just
The guy that lived there went to Korea and World War II.
Ooh.
World War II. He was,
He had a bunch of Nazi paraphernalia.
yeah, he was fucked up. Yeah, that he pulled off of dead Nazis.
Supposedly.
I think he was a Nazi, but yeah.
Supposedly.
You see swastikas with blood on them, dude. That kind of gives shit
well, if
away.
you delve into like Hitler's camp and everything, like he was supposed to be very into the occult anyway.
Oh,
So
yeah.
But this night is just one of the things that stuck with me. I remember because I never could tell if y'all were bullshitting or whatever about like I was telling Robert. But I remember Gabriel's like saying, "Oh, I feel a spirit of an old man, right, standing next to me." He took a drag of a cigarette, blew a cigarette smoke out,
Skull.
and I
remember
saw
that
the face, and that fucked with me. And then after that, it just got progressively.
It got progressively worse because I was like, "There's also a little kid here," and you were
Yeah.
like, "Bullshit!" And I was like, "No, watch!" And I pointed and followed, and you could see
Yeah.
steps,
Yeah.
in the fucking
In the
grass,
grass.
going off to the corner.
Going off, then coming back, and going into where my brother was sleeping, poking in an eye, and you can see like
His
that
face,
eye,
like-
yeah,
Yeah.
something poking him.
Because that kid was fucking with him.
Yeah.
Like I told you, that's a whole mindset that I've really shut myself off from because it was getting pretty fucking bad there
That's
for a while.
yeah. I'm about to
with
say
me, dude.
after
Like,
a while,
really
that
bad.
shit'll over.
I mean, like, my pentagrams and shit like that just kind of.
took a life. of
I
their own.
remember, but also that night, got freaked out and you took off that night. Remember?
Yeah.
You took off. You went down the street. And the next thing you know, you came back moments later with scratches all down his back, like something clawing at his.
No, he left. The scratches were already on him, and that's why he left.
Because I got freaked the fuck out.
Because the scratches were on him. He was asleep.
No, I was laying down and we were all talking. I was like, what the fuck?
I remember you left and you came back.
And
I
he
thought,
had fucking
okay.
claw marks all over his back. And he got pissed off and fucking took off because he was fucking freaked out.
Okay, then that's when you told me you came back, right?
Yeah.
Side note,
Go ahead.
Maddie's asleep at the table.
That is not
Fuck it,
surprising.
whatever. Throw a Molotov
But
at him.
I just remember that night in particular. I also remember at Boone's house, the night that I got fucked up off Tylenols. PMs. Fuck bitches.
The day you want to quit women.
And just have us be together forever. Yeah.
He
that-
was in a bad place.
We've all. Okay, we haven't said shit like
He was
that,
in a
but
really,
like we've all
really
been in bad places though.
Sensitive time. Of,
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
teenage years.
He got so mad that night, though.
He did. But that was the same night that.
The light over
No,
Boone's.
because Kevin was there. That was the same night that me and Robert had gone to drop off fucking Emily and Nikki
And
over
Jessica.
and Jessica over at their house.
We were walking them through the
You were
alley.
fucked up, so you fell asleep on the bed at my crib, and Kevin stayed there alone.
No, he was on the couch.
Was he on the
He was
couch?
on the couch because we were in the living room chilling, and occasionally he'd just pipe up out of nowhere, whatever the fuck he was saying. That's the only
But
reason
he
I
said
remember.
he went next door and he's seeing the same face that I'd been seeing for fucking years.
He described it without us telling
Yeah.
him what it was.
Because I'd seen that guy for fucking since I was a kid.
Right.
And he was like, "Yeah, you guys were fucking around, ha ha ha," and he wasn't freaked out about it at first. We're like, "No, dude, we walked through the alley,
No,
we
that
took
nigga-
them
yeah.
home, and then we came up the main
Because he
street."
thought it was us fucking with him.
Because that's what we always did. We didn't like coming back looking at the house. It always creeped me the fuck out. So we would walk back up.
Then
the street.
the shed in the back opened up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that night, it opened
door.
up,
Yeah.
and
came out-
light turned on in the back bedroom.
Well, it didn't turn on. There was.
I was
we
fucked
saw-
up all
We
pills.
saw a light. It wasn't like a light on. It
Yeah.
was like there was some sort of light in there.
And what's crazy about it is you'd see that same light moving room to room sometimes.
Yeah.
You watched it.
It was really. It was almost.
I remember
like
seeing that happen
what it
that
looked
night,
like
but
it was
I-
like a lantern almost, like that small light type shit.
I just
Like a
remember
little glow.
bits and pieces.
God,
because
damn! I just got chills.
I was
like
fucked up off that night because I was on those pills.
Tylenol. They were bootleg Tylenol PMs. You
Oh,
took
well-
like 30 of them.
Yeah, I
Like
was
when I
surprised to
was
live.
teenage, fucking pill popping and shit, dude. I'd go chill in that house alone sometimes because I'd busted in the back door. So I'd go fucking kick it in there alone and fucking chill. And it was spooky, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, but I've always been a lot more used to that shit. Like I said, it was something you kind of grow up with. Well, I grew up with, and I mean, it was fucked up and kind of scary, but at the same time, kind of peaceful.
I remember.
If that makes sense to you, you know what I mean?
Kinda.
Like,
I remember the scaredest you ever got when you. I remember talking about. I don't remember if he ever told you the pentagram you drew on your roof.
I do.
Yeah.
I remember
'cause
that
he woke
fucking
up
thing.
with that. That was him.
That
not
was me that woke up with
I
it.
thought it was you
No.
that
No, I woke up.
He was dead
So,
fucking asleep
yeah.
next to me.
reaching out for you, right?
It did. It,
Okay,
swear,
I thought it was
like,
Gabriel.
Yeah,
No,
fucking,
he
he had
threw-
fucking
he-
burn
okay.
marks on his arm.
Yeah, I remember that.
He had an
Weird.
obsession with drawing like demonic shit and highlighting it, like putting highlighter marks around it and shit
He
like
used
that.
lamb wool.
Because he always had the black lights and shit like that, so shit would glow. And he would fuck
It's
with
fucking
everybody
super
because he
cool.
wouldn't tell certain people that he had drawn shit on the wall. And he would just do it with highlighter. They'd be like, "What the fuck is that?" It was funny. It was really
I
fucking
had a
funny.
huge demon on the side of my bed that I had fucking painted.
Yeah, that shit was
cool.
fun.
That scared the fuck out of me.
But he had a poster, and it was right above. I was living. Was I living there at the time, or was I just staying over that night?
You'd gotten kicked out of Grandpa's
That's
house. so
okay. Yeah.
You're living with us at
And
that time.
I look up, and I see the glowing, and I'm like, okay, he left the black light on. He's knocked the fuck out. Whatever. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna go back to sleep. And then I see it start fucking moving. Like, oh shit. I can't remember if I'm fucked up or not, because that was a
Chances are.
there was a chance I could have been. I don't remember.
Chances are, maybe.
Start hitting him.
I'm living
Like,
with
dude,
Gabriel at the time.
Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. He's not moving. He's dead asleep.
What's crazy is usually I was a really light
He's
sleeper.
he has never been a heavy sleeper. So he'll like, I mean, he won't like wake up, but he'll always like, huh, at least or some shit back then. And I'd look around the room and everything's dark as fuck, which is weird because he had that goddamn stereo that lit up the entire fucking room. You could see everything. It wasn't like a regular light on, but you could still see. And that shit was nowhere to be found.
Well, I wake up the next morning and TV's turned around, fucking my
The stereo's turned around.
Speakers are knocked over, like my clock's knocked over, and Bobby's fucking like balled up in the corner of the room, fucking crying.
It freaked me the
I
fuck
was
out.
like, dude, what the fuck happened to you? And he showed me his arm.
You remember, I used to fucking be a masochist and I would burn myself and shit. I still have one fucking scar where you light the lighter and then fucking...
Yeah.
I got a cigar on me.
It didn't hurt. It was just one of those stupid cry for help bullshit.
No, that's when everybody was trying to like
Do the smiley,
smiley
face.
face.
Yeah.
Ours wasn't for smiley faces.
It was
to let the pain out.
we were fucked up. That's what it boiled down to.
Yeah, let go of that aggression somehow.
So I look up back at that fucking thing and I see like a fucking hand coming down towards me and I'm like, oh great, I'm fucking having a fucked up dream. What the fuck ever. Like I can't wake up. He's not waking up. Fuck. Okay, I guess I'm just dealing with this. And
is
it
how it
reaches
ends.
out. And
This is how it ends.
Yeah, I was like, oh well, fuck, this is gonna happen now. I always wanted it to, but
All right, we're
whatever.
doing this.
And it grabbed
This is
my
my
arm
life.
right there and just went like that. And I remember that I felt it. I felt that.
Like grasped his forearm and
And
fucking
I blacked and I don't remember anything until that part that he said where I'm like in the corner freaking the fuck out. I wake up, I only have one fucking scar. And it just so happened to be right past where that whatever fuck grabbed me. And then the rest of them were gone. I can't fucking explain that. I've gone through a lot of shit that I could kind of like, okay, well, this doesn't make sense and blah, 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 blah. I can't figure that one the fuck out because y'all remember I had scars all up and down my fucking arm. And for some reason, this one has stayed after 20 fucking years and the rest of them are gone.
Yeah.
I can't explain that. Again,
Shit's crazy
might have something to do with the drugs.
but there's something to it, you know.
Like there was something to it, and that moment just kind of like opened a lot of things for me. It
That
was
place
just
is
like,
fucked up, man. I did a lot of shit that I shouldn't have because at the time I didn't really understand it. And you do shit like that, and you open up some shit
you mocked
you have
a
no
lot
idea.
of shit whenever
You
we were
have
kids.
well, you remember that time? I'm not a believer in God whatsoever.
That
you know, as
blowout
far as I'm concerned.
at
Yeah.
West Mesquite.
We're at West Mesquite,
Yeah,
and
that's one
we're
of
changing the tire. Did he ever tell you this story?
We're not changing the tire.
Changing
Jason's
it.
changing
Well,
the tire.
no, I was changing the tire.
Oh, well, I was.
Because I was trying to pull it off.
I wasn't.
And I sat up underneath the motherfucker and sat down. And Robert was still, you know, somewhat Catholic at the time.
I was in and out.
Yeah, and I was like, well, if your fucking God's gonna help, let him fucking do something. And I said some fucked up blasphemous shit like I normally do. And I barely moved, and the fucking truck fell right where my legs would have been. Would have absolutely crushed my legs. And we're fucking, 4 teenagers at a school at 2 o'clock in the morning where we should not have been. I mean, I'd have been fucked. Like, that's all there was to it. I would have been fucked, man. But
What's the?
there's little things here and there that lets you know that we're not the only ones around.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that
Lady of the
And
Lake.
granted, it might not
Mark
be
Wahlberg.
God or what the fuck ever, but something's letting you
It's
know
just
some shit.
some say, son, don't push your fucking, you know.
You need to shut the fuck up
you're
sometimes.
fucking with some
What was
shit.
it? What's the one thing? Over at White Rock Lake.
Yeah, I seen the Lady of the Lake, bro.
Yeah,
I was with
we've all
Carter.
seen it at different
I was with
points.
Carter, and we went out there
I haven't.
on my birthday and left your punk ass at the crib. I think.
Yep.
Yeah, mom made
take
you tell you where we were,
Mhm.
and we walked all the way from fucking Gus Thomason to White Rock, and we're fucked up like, you know, fucking door, was it ditch knocking or whatever the fuck?
Ding dong ditch.
Yeah, on
type
these
shit.
fucking rich people's houses and shit.
We used to call it something different when we were kids.
It was
Yeah,
fucking
let's
hilarious.
not do that.
But yeah, we go there, dude, and we see something fucking like glowing off in the distance, and we're with this chick that we used to call Bruja, and
I forgot about her.
yeah,
Oh, Bruja, the girl y'all always ditched me with to take home, and
because that witch wanna fuck you. Dude, fuck you. That bitch molested me, motherfucker. I don't want to hear your shit.
she tried to get.
I
Anyway.
don't feel bad about anybody molesting you after that shit. Fuck you.
We see some fucking form. It looked like fog in one spot, kind of fucking drifting towards us, towards the dock we were on. because we're on the back end of towards Mockingbird and White Rock, right? And it's fucking dark as shit. Anyone that knows that lake knows that there's no light out towards Mockingbird whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially fucking, early 2000, late
Yeah,
90s.
back then. It might be different now.
But we see it, and then it kind of forms and builds up, and it looks like a body, like a woman, with a dress. And then it just kind of came to us and dissipated. It just kind of fucking disappeared.
Well, there's a lot of
That
ladies
shit
like
fucked up as much as
La
shit-
Llorona.
Yeah,
That's
as much
where
as
it
shit-
started.
yeah.
It started as Mexican war.
But as much shit as Carter would talk about, oh, I'm fucking satanic and I'm into this, I'm into that. That motherfucker damn near pissed his pants. It was like, he was scared shitless, dude, because it just fucking disappeared. And it was like
See, but it
5 feet
can't.
from us.
The story can't all be the same because I was not born in Texas. When I was growing up, I heard the same.
There is a Lady of the
Mythology.
Lake in every big state.
Yes.
Just like there is a Goat Man in just about every
Goatman,
big
there's
state.
different
Because-
variations of the Mothman.
Actually,
Because
you know
in-
what? That's something I.
There's a Goat Man story in Duncanville.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
At least-
because
Denton, I'm
because
sorry,
when
Denton.
because I'm from Albuquerque, so in New
Albuquerque?
Mexico, huh?
Albuquerque?
Yeah. But there's a lot of like huge ditches.
Albuquerque would be huge because that's all native land.
Yeah. So
You know,
I heard
There's a lot of fucked up shit
Oh,
going
yeah.
on out there.
I heard stories like that. She drowned her kids in the ditch. That's why we weren't allowed to go play in the ditches. So I think it's like regional.
There
like
is
it's one
something
big
to
story,
it.
but it
Part,
changes.
I think it's something that people come up with years ago to, hey, y'all don't
To
need
fuck
to be
with their
fucking
kids,
around
yeah.
here.
So it's like
Stay the fuck
religion.
away from there.
Basically.
But like in Mexican lore, the real story of La Llorona was a woman who fell in love with a Spanish general, and he wouldn't love her or marry her because she had 3 children. So
And then?
she got rid of her children
Uh-huh.
and eliminated the problem. She slit their throats and fucking threw them in a lake. And then when he told her, "Bitch, you killed your kids. I'm not going to be with you," she was hung because he reported her to the authorities.
Like a normal
And they
fucking
left her
person.
there for like fucking a week, and her body just disappeared. No one knows what the fuck happened to her. No, there's no burial or anything like that. And that's where like the legend of La Llorona started. Maybe.
Yeah, the Goat Man though. I actually had never heard the Goat Man stories in Texas.
Really?
Not in Texas.
There's one. What did you say? It was up in Denton, isn't it?
Yeah. So you know anything? About
I've heard of it, but I mean, it's one of those things that it varies from state to state, town to town.
It's
type
regional,
shit.
I think.
I
It's
mean,
like one overlying big story, and then each region or each state or each city has
I've
their
kinda-
own like
Because
twist on it.
Denton, there's a bridge somewhere, and he's under the bridge, and you can hear him at night. And
Well,
type shit.
the story in Denton is it was a slave who bought his own freedom, and a lot of Klan members, being Texas in the fucking early 40s, fucking
Assholes.
late 30s, they didn't appreciate a slave fucking bought
This
his own
uppity
freedom.
nigger.
Yeah,
that type
pretty
of
much.
shit.
Opening nigger, fucking who do you think you are type bullshit. He had bought his own freedom and moved on the other side, outside of the county, across this bridge, where there used to be a fucking a creek. Now it's a road that goes underneath because it's all dried out. But he bought his own freedom. He fucking had a goat farm there. And Klan comes to his home, kills his family completely, fucking like just destroys everything, rapes his wife, all kinds of fucked up stuff that
Before or
shouldn't
after they
happen.
killed him?
Well, they
Killed
raped his daughter and his wife and then killed them all. But
Because it's almost better if they kill them first and then rape them.
Yeah, well-
Because then they don't have to feel
they'll have to
the
go
rape.
through that shit.
Right.
One way or another, the man shows up, sees the fucking Klan at his home, and it's one man against the Klan. You know what I mean? Like literally, it's in the word Klan. There's lots of motherfuckers there.
Right.
That's not a solo act.
Yeah, but they fucking take him and string him up and toss him over the bridge, and they left him there for a day. And supposedly, you could see the rope swaying, and the body just disappeared. So like you see the tension of the rope, you see the body fucking swinging in the fucking reflection of the water, and then it's just gone. So now supposedly, if you go park on the bridge, you can hear goats fucking walking back and forth. It's not like anything, oh, it's going to get you or some shit like that. What it is, you just hear goat hoof prints or hoof steps on the fucking bridge walking back and forth, because that's where he'd take him from his property to go across to the field to graze and then bring him back.
But
so you hear it every time.
then the story changed and morphed into where he looks something Baphomet-like.
Yeah.
To where
Like a
he's
goat man.
a goat man.
Okay.
And you see the red eyes and like it's all nefarious and shit. Where it started that way, you know what I mean?
The Goatman name came from because there used to be a sign by that bridge that said, this way to the Goatman's, because he was the guy in the little town that sold goats, to be slaughtered or for milk or whatever the fuck. So he was the Goatman. You'd see him and tell him, hey, that's the Goatman. And it just kind of stuck.
I remember
It caught on and turned into
in
something.
Came into something completely more fucked
In,
up than what he intended.
Mesquite.
That's pretty fucked up to begin with, though.
In
Definitely.
Mesquite, Pascal Park, they had this bridge. Was a bridge, but it's only 2 beams going across the thing. They called it Dead Man's Bridge as I was a kid, and supposedly that's haunted. And it was always a dare to go there. You had to walk this path that was next to a creek, and it was like the path drops off. You have to go down to the creek, climb back up, and work your way back there. And there was this bridge, and there's no bridge. And apparently, the story was it was a couple that got into a head-on collision on the bridge. If you go there at night by yourself, you'll see headlights coming towards you, if I remember right, and it looks like it's about to hit you. And people were known to jump off and die.
Oh, okay. I got you. Just out of fear, you kind of jump off from the car and
Yeah.
kill yourself type of deal.
Yeah. But there's no bridge there.
Somebody
You're on
needs
a
to call
beam.
Sam and Dean's ass. That's what the fuck
Right.
needs to happen.
Get the
Them,
salt.
them motherfuckers need to put some salt around
But
that shit.
yeah, it's only 2 beams that go across. I don't know if it's still there.
Poker real quick.
But I remember as a kid, used to walk there during the daytime. Then at night, when there was night games, they're like, "You want to go back there?"
Well, y'all remember Lothar Road? Mm-hmm. We'd go up and down Lothar at fucking 1
Lawson.
o'clock. Lawson, there you go.
Yeah.
At 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well,
and
you
supposedly
know
there's all kinds of
why
shit there.
it was supposed to be haunted, right?
Wasn't there was like a satanic home
There was
or some
originally a satanic cult out there.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was like way before any of us were born,
Oh, yeah.
obviously.
There's a
Probably
shack.
like 60s or something.
Apparently,
Yeah.
there's a shack back there.
by the
Love
Devil
Shack?
Ball.
Yeah.
That's why they called it Devil's Ball. Was because
Yeah,
of
by
that,
the
because
Devil
of
Ball,
all
by
that
the
fucking
racetrack.
shit that was supposedly over
Yeah.
there.
It's not the same anymore, though.
No, yeah,
not at all.
it's fucking decked the fuck
Yeah,
out.
there's like
all the
fucking
rich
streetlights there
white
and shit
people
now.
live out there.
It was always a nice piece of land. It's just when we were kids.
No, I
and-
mean like it's a fucking subdivision, and
Really?
it's built the fuck up.
Yeah.
shit, wow.
Back in the day, though, I remember, we used to go down there, turn up the headlights, and then supposedly you see, like, torches and whatever come up in the woods.
See, I never saw the torches, but like it did look like there was one time that there was shit like running across like parallel with us in the
really?
fields. Me and Jason did that, and I was just like,
Well, I've seen like white lights, like glaring across, and heard like car horns. But I was on acid. So that was different.
that might have had something to do with it.
I never saw anything. I just remember, I was like, 'cause I even did it by myself just to see if anything happened.
Because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to me by myself.
Yeah.
So
that
I
was-
have no proof.
that-
Yeah, right. Where no one else sees it. But that's tends to be the shit when you see the most fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
is
like,
it
then again-
because you're by yourself, or
Yeah.
is it
Well,
you've
the
heard
imagina-
stories and your imagination just kind of...
Your imagination runs wild when you're by yourself, and a lot of
It's-
people
I
exacerbate shit that
do
happens.
kind of chalk it up to that, but at the same time,
There's too many.
the three of us
consistencies.
specifically have lived through and seen a lot of shit that is just like
Well, perfect example.
we had people there that saw the same shit or
Bo-
heard the same shit or whatever.
Bone's
you know?
house. I'd been seeing that same guy since I was like 10, 11, and I never really told anybody what they look like. But I'd asked Robert to describe what it looked like. I asked Kevin to describe what it looked like.
yeah.
I asked you the one time you said you seen, and
I never-
all of them. Well,
I never really looked at it directly.
well, see, everybody was exactly the same. It was like a tall white figure. It sounds so fucking cliche now, but it's a tall white figure with fucking sunken in. There are no eyes, just like sockets, just like deep black fucking sockets. That's all I see.
The only time
Like, think
I
of
think
what you
I think
see from Slender Man now is what I saw when I was young.
only thing I ever saw from Boone's house.
And at the time, the dude was alive. He lived there when I was a kid, and I still seen that shit.
The only thing I saw was I remember a couple of times, and every time I look away immediately because I'm like, oh fuck that, or I try to back in, which I sucked at backing in.
Yeah,
Is
I remember
see?
that you couldn't back in for shit back
I
then.
remember seeing a tall figure. I'm guessing a man, and just kind of standing there and just looking
at
right.
that dining room window.
Yeah, looking right at you or through you or whatever. And every time,
you.
That shit was crazy.
every time, I'm just kind of like this. Nope. Backing up.
See, but
backing up.
if all like the paranormal stuff is real, most people block it out just because.
Because you don't open your mind up to it.
Yeah.
That's why I absolutely had to shut my mind off to that shit, because it got pretty fucked up for a while there, dude.
But
It
a
was
lot of
bad.
people have a lot of stories, and people want to talk about.
I like it, and I love horror. You know that. It's just I don't want to. I realize there's death everywhere we go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to see it. There's enough of it, to fucking think about past deaths along with fucking present deaths.
So you
know.
wouldn't want to do this again with other stories?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know, dude. I haven't fucking
It's
thought
a
about.
slippery
I haven't
slope.
I haven't thought about or done shit like that for fucking shit, dude, since I was in my 20s.
What about you?
Like
Would you ever
early
want to
20s.
do like talk about the paranormal stuff, like not just necessarily our experience now, because that's what we're kind of do, but just kind of other things out there.
I
I
really
said,
don't
fuck
mind.
it. Let's go out to the middle of a field, do the same thing, and fucking have a seance.
Why are you gonna have a seance in the middle of a random field?
Yeah, you might as well
we'll
play
pick- we'll
light
pick-
as a feather,
we'll
stiff
pick
as a board.
We'll pick a
Well,
good
I didn't
feather,
say
or
we're
a
going
good-
to.
Pick a good feather.
I didn't say we're
we'll
going
pick a
out there
good
and
field.
summon demons, but I'm saying that.
Well,
Why
if
not?
you're gonna do it, you got to do it right,
Yeah,
dude.
don't half-ass it. Fucking do it right.
I'm saying we can people can tell us their stories or whatever, and we can talk
I
about
don't
it.
want to force some shit like
Or
that. dude. Yeah.
we can look at some stories. I don't know. I enjoy
I've
this kind
given
of
you
stuff.
books about
I know.
fucking Texas lore and shit like that. Like, there's so much
There's a
history
lot.
in Dallas alone. The Eckards I grew up working at is fucking haunted. It's on one of
Really?
the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you all that and you didn't want to believe me. It's on one of the top 10 most haunted places in Dallas.
Wow, Eckards.
It's that CVS right there by Grandma
CVS by
Grandpa's.
Gus Thompson and Ferguson.
Yep.
That place
Right
is
by the
haunted.
McDonald's.
When I worked there, there was a guy that used to. He was a homeless guy that would clean our front. He'd clean the parking lot, and for like fucking 6 months, man, they'd give him like $10 a week or some shit like that, and he fucking enjoyed every bit of it. That meant he got food. He didn't have anywhere warm to sleep, but they'd let him sleep on the porch and not give him shit the next morning. And all he wanted to do was buy a bike. That was it. I just want to buy a bicycle. And we talk all the time. He's like, "Yeah, man, I got this much more money, dude, and I can get my bike." A week later, he got pulled into a fucking alley and stabbed right behind that Eckards. And this fucking bike, the only thing he owned, was taken. There's a manager there in the early 90s when we were still kids that was closing up this, shot in the fucking head at that same Eckards. So when I was a kid,
That's so
like,
sad. I'm sorry,
it
I'm
was absolutely
still
sad, dude. Like, I was fucked up. I was
the only thing
15,
in
16
the
while I worked there.
At least he didn't have a dog or something.
Isn't it ironic?
Oh,
Huh?
Isn't it ironic?
don't you think?
But like I remember we caught it on camera. The fucking sound system, how like most stores have like radios somewhere.
Yeah.
Ours was in the attic or in the top access, like
Yeah,
the catwalk.
It would change.
Yeah, it would turn on and it would be on in the morning. And people would get yelled at all the time for, why didn't you turn off the radio? And motherfucker, like, I turned off the radio, dude. Or in the middle of the day, it would just shut off. Or turn back on to a different station.
Stuff would
And
knock
people
off
would
from
be
top
pissed
shelves.
off. An ammonia bottle fucking flew off a fucking shelf one time. And they had to evacuate the goddamn building. And you're talking about
The
fucking
Seagoville house.
10 gallons of ammonia. And if anyone's ever smelled ammonia,
That's a smell.
they evacuated the whole fucking
You just
building.
brought up Singleville House. What happened to Singleville House?
Well, someone we're not gonna name was visiting us, and
She was there all the time. Just put it that way.
Take up a lot of room.
lots of room.
Okay, I was gonna say it's one of two people.
No,
Ah.
it was too late for the other one.
But we had had a couple drinks, but we weren't like
I
hammered
wasn't
or
like
anything.
shit tossed or anything.
She was gonna sleep on the couch, but we were all hanging out, and it was before we went to sleep. And we had a
It
bookshelf.
had to be one of the weekends that she had the kids, because I think it was just the three of us that was there.
Yeah, because it was before Logan
It was
born.
before you were even pregnant. 'cause
Yeah.
we were drinking, obviously.
Well, yeah. I was not one of those moms that drank while pregnant. Like,
Jimmy was.
Yep.
oh wow.
He was trying,
Anyway.
he was trying to get rid of the baby.
Yeah.
Hashtag abortion joke.
Aw.
Tell some bitches that's what they are.
But we were just kind of sitting in the living room, and we had this bookshelf that was kind of by the back door.
You've seen the big bookshelf we have in our room? The same one.
Okay.
Was it that
It
one?
was the same one.
I thought
We
it was
already
the
had
smaller
it.
one.
Nope, it was that one.
So there was a lighter because this is when we smoked. So we had lighters everywhere because we smoked cigarettes and we just had lighters. And there was one on the bookshelf, and we were all sitting in the living room. No one was moving around. We were sitting. There was no wind. There were no fans on, and this lighter just shoots off.
And not like just kind of falls down.
It's not like it was half on, half
went
off.
and almost hit the
Other-
opposite wall.
Wow.
Because anybody who went to the Siegelville house, in the kitchen, there was the back door, and like almost right across it was the door to get into the garage. The bookshelf was right by the back door to go out into the backyard, and it hit the other wall right by the door to go in the garage.
What were y'all doing?
Nothing.
We were sitting there watching
listening-
TV and bullshitting.
We might have.
all of a sudden you just hear. Think.
No, we saw it.
We saw it.
Like I was sitting and it just whoosh. Like what
It
the
was.
fuck was that?
It was a
He
yellow
beating off
lighter.
the Cannibal Corpse, dude.
It was a yellow lighter. I remember it was a yellow lighter.
Wow.
He's like, God hates us all.
Ah!
I'm sorry,
and then the lighter
Jesus.
flew. But that wasn't even the only thing. There was like
No?
several things that happened there. That music the one time,
What? What about the music?
it just started randomly playing like weird shit. And like we would we would say something, and then the next song that would come on would be something that we just said.
And then we
that
had-
went on for like 30, 45 minutes.
And then
And it was just really fucking weird. And okay, you might chalk it up to coincidence, but to happen that many times in that time.
and then there was stuff that went on in the
Go
garage.
Steve Jobs.
There
telling
was
you.
something that like
Ghost facers.
there was stuff that would go on in the garage, and it stopped. A very, 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 very dear friend of mine is buried in Siegelville, and we had just moved to Siegelville, and some shit was shit would go on, and like we had that Halloween decoration of the chick's head with the hook through
hooks
the
and
eye
shit.
or
It was
whatever.
bubbling
Oh,
You remember that?
Yes.
And then I forgot exactly what happened with that. And then some of the stuff actually stopped because I hadn't gone to visit her in a long time. And I went to go visit her after like shit started happening in the house. And after that, it kind of chilled out for a little bit. So I don't know if she was like, bitch, you are right down the street.
I do remember something about that house. Something happened to me.
What?
The dart.
Which one?
And the dartboard. The
Oh.
dartboard flipped.
Yeah, that was super fucking weird.
It was on the wall. Then no one was in there. I went in there. Then all of a sudden it's like what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
that was the smoking room.
The garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you awake now?
Do your homework, fucker.
You fell asleep. Not your leg.
Our
better-
stories are not that boring.
You better make sure you didn't drool on my table, dude.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit that happened in the Siegelville house.
Yeah.
And then way before that is when I lived in the loft.
Oh, my favorite thing in the
You lived on a
sorry,
loft in Deep Elm, didn't you?
was
We're close to
the
it.
boa. The boa.
Oh, the fucking snake that appeared out of fucking nowhere.
Okay.
It's just a coincidence.
No,
No.
but I'm not saying anything supernatural. But
It was just
but
weird.
I was standing. The thing was, like, them two were
We were
facing me.
we were standing there, and it was like nothing was there.
And then it was on the ladder that Brian.
And then all
Alright.
of a sudden,
What did you fuckers do with the snake?
nothing.
nothing. We
I
ran
know
out.
you
There.
wanted to do it. You ran out?
Fuck yeah, that was a big
See,
snake.
the thing is, okay, there was another time because I don't remember which incident happened first, but there was a time
It was after that what you're about to talk about.
like in this couch. Like I was walking out from our bedroom and I saw a snake. Just like
snake.
I'm a snake.
I'm a snake.
Slither through my garden. Catch me a mouse. But yeah, I saw a snake and I called animal control. They couldn't find anything. I was on I was in a chair. I think it was that chair that the computer or desk chair that Chris has now. I was pushing myself with a fucking I was pushing myself on the chair with a broom. Like I would not touch the floor. I had
row your
I was
boat.
thinking the same thing.
no, I
Big
was
fucking
sitting on my
sissy, you
knees.
kidding me?
Like I was sitting on my knees and I was pushing myself around the house, I would not touch. No one could find the fucking snake, and it disappeared.
Unless you pose a threat, you're just a big breathing tree. That's all you.
I don't care. The fucker moves without legs, and it's not a fish.
And it bites you because you're slow. That's your fucking fault.
Maybe the snake shouldn't
There
be
was
in my house.
God. I haven't really thought.
I didn't bring that motherfucker into my house, nigga. Why are you in my house?
Yeah, I haven't thought about shit like
his
this
house
in a
before his
long
ears.
time. Like I just haven't. Because nothing too bad has happened here.
The first ghost I'd seen was actually my uncle, and it was at the ranch. I've told you. Before. I was at a ranch at my grandma's land, and she had a huge shotgun house, and he had died on that property. I'm not going to go into how or anything like that, but you know, he had died, and I'd seen a man. I'd never seen what my uncle looked like by then. I was like 7 or 8. I was around a little bit older than Noe. But I seen a dude walking back and forth like through the back of the pasture. And I told my grandma the next day, and she was like, no, just kind of, you know, you're a fucking stupid kid type of deal. And then it happened to me again, and I told her, and she said, you know, I seen a picture of the dude. I was like, you know, pretty much that's the man, you know, in a innocent child's way. You know, that's what the dude looked like. And my grandma was like, that was your Theo. And, you know, he died here. But ever since that time, I always felt safe at that property. So, like, my family's thoughts were that was him just protecting the land. You know, this is the safest place in the world for me. And I still feel it when I go to that land. It's been years since I've been able to go there, but you feel it when you're there, like it's safe, it's home.
I remember my first experience. And I was a kid, and I remember my dad. I ran away from my dad. I ran down the alleyway, right?
Were you running away from home?
Yeah.
I'm running away 2 blocks.
I did it all the time. But I remember running down the alleyway.
Stand at the corner with his little fucking.
Then I remember
stick with a knapsack, look like a hobo from a.
I remember falling. Right. It's not because I don't remember tripping, but something grabbed my ankle, and I fell. And I remember
He just tripped over his foot.
No, the thing I will remember about it because he grabbed me and wouldn't let go, and I had to fight it off my leg, and I ran off.
And, like,
Yeah.
I remember you telling me that whenever we were kids.
Because that one kind of creeped me out. I was like,
It was only it happened. I was like, I didn't know what the fuck it was. I don't know. What
okay,
happened.
you had that experience before that, and then you always gave me and Gabriel shit. Like, oh, y'all just full of shit. Y'all know what you're talking about.
The whole point is you
Because I don't want to try to think. I don't.
You shut your mind off to shit like that, man. You don't think about it.
See,
You know,
my
like at one point, somebody that we both knew told me that he felt something around me every time he was around me when I was a teenager. I didn't believe him because most people knew him for being full of shit. He was a lot
he felt
older.
the penis
He was
wiggle,
a lot-
didn't he?
He was a lot older than we were, so we didn't believe him for most shit. I went to his school in Deadeye.
Sorry, I make myself laugh.
Dummy. But I went to his school in Deadeye one time with him, and she told me that she felt like there is basically like there's, in most people, there's an eternal battle, you know, inside. But she said she felt like I don't want to say a demon, but like a demonic presence
The dark force.
that was taking over me a lot more. And I mean, y'all know what I was like as a kid, dude. I
I think that was pretty apropos.
fucked up, but yeah, after a while, you know, it just kind of went away, dude. But like that bitch was scared of me when I met her. And you're talking about a motherfucker that Kundera, if you don't know, obviously, is somebody that fucking gets paid to put spells on people. Like they're Spanish witches, like worse than a witch. She's fucking evil.
It
and
blurs the lines between like witch and like Santeria and
Yeah.
like it's like
The
all
la-
it's more of like a voodoo almost.
The ladies
Mexican
that live,
voodoo priest.
yeah,
Yeah.
the ladies that live next to my nana.
Kunderas are fucked up people, man. They are. They're people that put hexes on people that get a lot of headaches for no reason and shit, they go to Kunderas. And it's because somebody put the ojo on you. Somebody's fucking wishing bad thoughts upon you. So, like, if everything starts
That's
feeling
why
like
I
it's
have
falling
headaches.
apart. Yeah. That's why
Gabriel wishing bad thoughts
That's why
on
my
you.
life sucks, because some bitch that I fucked over years ago is like,
Shouldn't
I
have been
hope
such
that
an
cocksucker
asshole.
dies.
Dude, you could not narrow
Since you
that
guys
list
lost so
down.
many people, you can't narrow down which one it was.
Which one of you girls did I fuck up? I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Could
Turns out it was somebody in my family. Shit.
You bitches leave me alone so I can make some fucking money and quit being broke all the goddamn time. Shit. Yeah, man. It's fun being Mexican.
That's debatable.
Yeah.
See, okay, he was talking about the feeling safe shit. All of y'all have been in my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever felt anything negative in there?
Not until I brought it there.
But
Not
was cool,
really.
man.
not
but
negative. You felt something, but not necessarily negative.
No, Grandma and Roy are good people. They're very devout people.
Have you been in the house by yourself, like no one there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He fucked up.
I know
the-
you have, but I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
You've been there where
It
Robert's
felt like a
gone.
place where I shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want me there in the first goddamn place, and Robert was
Well,
like,
no, it's
hey,
not
I'll
just,
be back.
okay, you're not the only person that had that feeling
Oh, no.
there. Because
Well, that's because you were the actual bad influence. They just thought he was the bad
No,
influence.
no,
I look
I-
like the bad influence.
But you know,
I'm
it's,
just fucking- I'm just fucking-
but there's times like
But
when you went to
seriously, they
church.
didn't like
When you went to church, I woke up by myself, and it's like,
That's because there was shit in there. I had several experiences there.
oh, but I'm just saying, I'd
There
never
was a-
seen anything, but there was a feeling
You
like
get- you get-
you do not belong here by yourself.
Yeah. On the real, you get eerie feelings there by yourself, but it was nothing.
Like nothing negative happened to me.
Yeah, not anything evil, I guess you'd say. Yeah, malicious. There you go. There's no
Good word,
malicious
good word.
presence.
Yeah.
Fucking someone has their thesaurus today. That's my girl.
She's using her big words.
But
That's
like,
a dinosaur, nigga.
I had multiple experiences. Like whenever I had to be like 3 or 4, and I remember waking up because I heard the water running in the bathtub. Y'all remember my room?
Yeah.
Like you walk down the hallway, turn the L, the bathroom's right there, my room's right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was right next to the bathroom, and I heard water running. I just remember
Dr.
waking
Peppers
up.
were right behind the door.
Yeah, they were. And I got up, and I'm walking past the bathroom, and like I could see the water on. I could see the faucet running, and then it's like a dark shadow, and it was like something was turned away from me, and then it turned like that.
Shit.
And then you forgot I told you about this.
No, I remember fucking going to the house and turning off the water, washing my hands, and you told me, hey, dude, why didn't you turn off the fucking water? And I was like, dude, I turned it off. And it was fucking running again. I just thought about that. I haven't thought about that in fucking
But
years, bro.
it was like that, and then it's like somebody's head turned, and I just saw red. Like the typical red-eyed fucking bullshit. I dropped to the floor. I woke up in my bed. I'm like, okay, I had a fucked up dream.
And then?
I passed it off just as that. And then Grandpa tells me in the morning, why were you asleep on the floor? And I just, like, I didn't think about it then, but, like, thinking back on it, I was like, oh, that's fucking interesting. And then, when did Walita die? I think I was, like, 7 or 8. Because Vic was already born, but Crystal wasn't, so it was somewhere in there. And I didn't know that she was sick or anything. I mean, she was old, so I knew she was going to die at some point. But I had no clue that she was going to die. I remember laying in my bed, and it was one of those nights that everybody has where you can't fucking sleep, and you know you just feel restless and shit like that. We all had that as kids and shit. And I felt real uneasy. And I remember laying back in my bed, and I turned over, and I was laying on my back looking up, and then I just see, like, it looked like cloud, and it started to form. And it was like, the way I've always explained it is, you've seen Devil's Advocate, right?
Mm-hmm.
That big fucking mural that John Milton has, where initially it's just shapeless, but then it starts taking form, and you can start seeing people in it and shit
Right.
like that. That's what happened to me. And it was my abuelita. And she was like, mijo, it's okay, you need to go to sleep, blah, 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 everything's gonna be fine, everything's gonna be fine. And I just went to sleep. I wake up to the next morning, the first sound I hear is my grandma fucking sobbing. I'm like, what the fuck? And she just grabbed me and she was like, it's okay, but Walita died last night.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh, what the fuck?
Oh.
And it's just like, it
Yeah,
happens to me too.
yeah,
Every
yeah.
fucking time I talk about that story, dude. It's just like, it's one of those things where I can't explain.
But
Could it be a child's overactive imagination? Yes, but that timing is too fucking
But
coincidental.
that's not the first time that's
Creos believe that the soul leaves the body to say goodbye to loved ones before it actually expires.
Yeah, that's
know
not
what
the
I mean?
first time that I heard.
Which makes a lot of sense to me because you've heard that story several times throughout history or any haunted history.
Right.
Where, oh, I've seen this ghost of this person who's still alive, and then, then they're gone. So that makes a lot of sense to me, somebody leaving to say goodbye.
Right.
You know?
It was just like one of the craziest fucking things that I've ever had happen in my life.
That is.
Because she used to call me El Rey. You know what that means. It was like, it was just one of those things that, like, I don't remember her. I didn't like interact a whole lot. She only spoke Spanish. You know I don't speak fucking Spanish.
But there's a part of your subconscious that does remember.
I remember I remember all that shit. It was just weird, and that moment has always stuck with me my entire life. It's fucking creepy.
Nihal, what you got, man? That's some crazy shit happened to you?
I've made some crazy shit happen to her. No, I mean that in this context, not just that.
Well, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I've had experiences when I was younger, but I don't remember, just because I don't remember a lot of my childhood.
New
Yay
Mexico-
for coping mechanisms!
New Mexico would be a perfect place to fucking... I mean, Texas has a fucked up history. There's lots of places here in Texas where, people have been massacred, fucked up, wars and shit like that. Even ones that aren't really spoken about in history books, but... Albuquerque, dude, or fucking New Mexico, period, has a really fucked up, especially with the natives. Yeah, your alien bullshit.
One of my
Your
cousins.
alien. I love how you're talking about ghosts and supernatural.
I believe
like your alien bullshit.
No, I believe in aliens. I do. But there's some motherfuckers that are out there like
Crazy.
All right, bro, you're a little bit excessive.
But
about
that's
shit.
actually
Obama was not an alien. All right.
I kind of want to talk about that because I know you had experience with UFO sightings and stuff.
Okay, don't say experience because that makes it sound like
Sounds
I got
like he got
abducted.
I didn't say you abducted.
And
but
with
you
abduction
We don't
comes
talk
fucking
about
anal
the
probing.
probe that he-
But I'm just saying, I don't know if
That
Gabriel
was a
had
crazy fucking
had
night.
any.
That
I
was
don't know-
just Nisha on a drunken night, bro. That's all that anal probing was.
I don't know if you had any.
I've seen shit.
We've seen shit that you
could.
can't
I don't want to
think-
get too much in detail
I've seen
on
shit
it.
that you could think were, it looks like a shooting star, and then it takes
It-
crazy
it
left or a
doesn't-
crazy
yeah,
right.
it-
Okay,
Like
okay.
some zag
So
pattern type shit.
if when we're gonna do this again, I think UFO would be a good one to talk about.
I
because
think we
had
should
several
do
different ones.
more and more hauntings or history on hauntings up until Halloween.
I
What'd
think
you
so too. I think that's
That'd
a
be
good
cool.
I'm down with that.
That'd be real cool.
I'm done with the clown.
Get the fuck out.
I'm gonna be
idea.
down.
Well,
I'll be
that
down.
was the last episode that we're ever doing together.
Next time I'll paint my face.
You paint your face, we're gonna laugh at you.
Point and
Thanks for
laugh.
all the fish.
Later, bitches.